Today I'm working on a 674 it's an International tractor, and I'm working on the shifter. I bought this tractor about 30 years ago. I've used it to mow a lot of hay and also do a lot of front end work with the bucket. So it has shifted a lot, and I've worn out the linkage. I put new bushings in a lot of the pieces 3 or 4 years ago, but I still kept getting it hung in gear and it hanging in high and in either low or reverse. Now, I hear and read a lot of things about that, and people saying, immediately going, oh, well, this shaft here or that or this other shaft is broken. And that's not true unless you break it by disengaging it wrong, or unless it has been broken, not you. I have a lot of old tractors, been around old tractors all my life, and they often get hung in gear. Main thing is shut it off, try to get into a neutral position, or hopefully that your clutch works well enough to take the pressure off of the transmission and engine, and then work it out. Sometimes on old H's and 400s or so, and other tractors like that, you'd have to pull the top of the shifter out and move the forks themselves. On this one, I've had it stuck so many times, and I just carefully keep wiggling it and maneuvering it. Sometimes if it's really stuck, you can come in here with a crescent and lightly move it back and forth until it becomes unstuck. So there's several ways to do it without breaking these shafts, and it's all not lost. I have, over the past couple of days, I completely worked over the shifter. And yesterday, as I was fitting it up and making my final adjustments, I still have this one issue with this being awfully loose. That's the gate. And I thought, maybe it'll still work. And then as I continued to shift it and had all my linkage in here, I went up into the reverse and then down into low range, and it dropped into high. This lever just popped right into high. And I went, oh, I have finally replicated what is going on. Yes, the gates are worn. Yes, they need to be fixed, but something else is allowing it just to fall right into high range, as well as when you're trying to be in reverse or low range. It could be the friction between the two levers. Not sure. I think what I'm going to do is put a spring on high range, light spring, hold it back, and try that. I've thought about several other solutions, but that's what I'm going to try next. But before I do all that, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. I'm going to pull the speed selector all off, and because these rod ends are shot. And so I'm going to fix that. I'm not having problems with my speed range, but I am going to go ahead and fix that while I'm at it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, I've got it nearly all back together now. The gate that I was talking to that was wiggling back there, as soon as I started to knock the pin through, it tightened right up, so that meant that the pin was loose. But I had to knock the pin all the way out because I wanted to replace the bushing in the speed shifter, and this is the type of bushing I used. I did, that's a 7/8 by 1 inch by 1 length bushing. You have to grind it out very slightly before this 7/8 shaft. You can see that I've put in different types of rod ends. These are all greasable. The clevises are not, of course, but they're heavy-duty clevises. Also, on the speed shifter, rather than using the small ball joints, I put in same type of rod in with a, there you can see I used a cap screw, which is a high strength cap screw. You can't tell, I guess you can from there, that I put on a flange nut, put it on backwards. So the top flange nut is up against the movable part. And then I put a lock nut on this side. So that makes sure that this bolt is not turning. It ensures that the bearing is being what's moving. It's what's wiggling and also rotating. Anyway, I've got to put on my range shifter and lever and then do my adjustments, and this should be finished. Okay, I've got it all back together. It's been adjusted. Everything's been greased. You can see down here low, I've added a spring in there on the high lever. That is because I saw it a couple times seemingly go into high, even though my lever was nowhere near the gate. It may have been because the linkage and the gate was so loose. It may have been some other issue, but it could even be that the detente ball and the spring inside the transmission is weak after 50 years. Regardless, I've added a spring in there. Maybe it'll help. But it's all lined up. Goes to high range, comes back right where it's supposed to be, goes to reverse, and to low. It's all lined up perfectly. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody, and I hope it helps me, and because this tractor was nearly unusable, but it sure feels good. I've got all the bushings in good shape. I've got good rod ends on there now, and the gate is not as stationary, and everything seems good. So now I just have to spend all this time putting all the rest of it together. Thanks again.